Greenwich Palestine.
Oh yes, thank you so much for bringing the banner.
Lubna's mum as
Oh yeah,
well.
great.
Nice
Thank
to
you very
meet
much.
you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes.
So, can I ask you what inspired you to stand for mayor?
Well, actually, I'm part of the Lewisham and South East London Palestine Action Chat Group, and we realised we needed someone to stand for this post when it became vacant, when the mayor went off to Bristol because he wanted to become an MP. And I tried to persuade a few other people to stand. There's a chap called Nick Long who said he was going to stand. He's just over there, and really I knew he wasn't suitable, and lots of other people felt that. So I'm not trying to put him down right now. I don't need to.
Sure.
But we realised we needed someone else, and after trying to persuade a couple of other good candidates to do it, no one would. So I thought, well, several people suggested I do it, and so I'm willing to.
Okay.
I've stood for mayor before. I can cope with the pressure, I think. And my platform.
If you need something done well, do it yourself. Yeah?
That's right. Well, I mean, my platform is the same as all the other times, apart from the Palestine issue. I've obviously been a supporter of Palestinian rights for a very long time.
Okay.
I mean, this is a song playing in the background that I wrote probably 18 years ago for my choir. And but the main issues in Lewisham are housing, reopening, I think, the reopening of play clubs, youth clubs, community centres and libraries, and getting rid of the mayoral system itself.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, which I've always said ever since 2006 when I first stood for mayor, that I want to abolish the mayoral
So you're going to be the mayor that abolishes his own job?
Yeah, exactly, yes. Well, I hope so. It has to be done by referendum, but the mayor can call a referendum,
Right.
and then the people can vote to not have a mayor. That's what I want. Plus, I'm not going to accept the salary of about £80,000.
Right.
I said I'd do it for workers' average wage, probably about 28,000. Why should the mayor be paid more than anyone else?
Okay, very good. So, what kind of conversation have you had with George Galloway leading up to today?
I haven't chatted to him actually. I've never met George,
Wow.
and
Okay.
but I joined the Workers' Party a couple of months ago,
Right.
before I decided to stand for mayor,
Right.
because I agree with the policies. And you know, as I'm going to say in my little speech, you don't have to agree with everybody about everything to be on the same side. You know, you wouldn't ever have a party if that was the case.
Right.
There's so many people saying, "Oh, I don't agree with Jeremy Corbyn about this," or "I don't agree with George Galloway about this," or "I don't agree with Alf Scargill about this."
Yes.
So they don't join those parties. I'd actually like to see everyone come together in a socialist alternative to Labour and Tory.
Wow.
And I hope that we can encourage that by being open and non-sectarian.
Well, amazing.
Sorry, what do you want to wear on the same team?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
What would you like to see replace the mayoral system?
Oh, that's simple. Go back to the committee system, the committee structure. Now, when Blair brought in the mayoral system as a possibility, he thought everyone would lap it up and want it. But he gave two options, mayor and cabinet or leader and cabinet. There was a third option, which was only taken up by Stoke-on-Trent, to have a council manager. That's kind of died a death. And you weren't allowed to continue with the committee structure. Committee structure is where a group of councillors make up the housing committee or the children and young people committee and make the decisions. Well, they bring it to full council. So that wasn't even an option in 1999 after the law was changed. But that was changed in 2012. We are allowed to go back to the committee system if we have a referendum. And if I don't win as mayor, then I will encourage as many people as possible in the borough to become active in a campaign to collect approximately 10,000 signatures, 5% of the electorate, which will also trigger a referendum in May next year.
Institute that system? Did the party had more control over the?
I don't know. I think it was his love of all things American, and so the
Isn't that
idea.
where the London mayor who got elected, Livingston?
We had
It was always the Lord Mayor, but that's something
That's
totally
different. That's different. No, you see, Ken Livingston was not London mayor. He was leader of the GLC, the Greater London Council. Yeah, that was abolished by Thatcher, and the London mayor stuff came in at the same time as these other elected mayors. Yeah, right.
Okay. Same time that happened.
Yeah, 1999 was the legislation.
I have one question I have to ask you. Because in 1986, I was living in West Berlin, and I went to the Humboldt University, and I announced that I wanted to study. And they got very nervous, and they brought me upstairs, and I met with guys there, and then they finally made a proposal that I spy for East Germany, which I refused to do. So I was moving. I wanted to live in East Berlin.
Well, I did live in East
Well,
Berlin.
that's where I'm getting to. I wanted to. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Oh, right.
I want to make up my own mind. I lived in the West all my
Exactly.
life. I said, what's going to be like to live on the other side? And I was fed up with advertising. When I got there, I saw signs in German, Marx and Engels.
Yes.
So I said, oh, ich bin ein Amerikaner und ich will hier studieren. Und da haben wir gesagt, einen Moment, bitte. Anyway, they wouldn't let me. They wanted me to spy, and of course I didn't do that.
They didn't ask me to.
What happened? How did you get to live there?
Well, I
As a
just went on a holiday to East Berlin 1 year. I'd been across a couple of times on one-day visas, and then I went on holiday for 3 weeks. And while I was there, I spoke to someone at from the Humboldt, and I spoke to someone at the radio as well.
Yes.
And I gave the details of the Humboldt to my ex-girlfriend in England, and she was offered a job at the Hochschule für Ökonomie, the economics
Yes.
high school in Karlshorst, and I got a job with the radio.
Were you a member of
broadcast-
the British Communist Party or something?
No,
at the
I was a
time?
member of a party which still exists called the Communist Party of Britain, Marxist-Leninist.
Okay.
And the view of that party was, of course, if you know your communist history, that it did not think that East Germany was a socialist state and that Russia was a socialist state. It called them revisionists. It took the Marxist-Leninist line of supporting China and Albania. But I still thought it would be interesting, useful for the party to know what life was really like in East Germany. And you know, it was a very nice place. Lots of good things, some bad things. No more and no less democratic than Britain.
Yeah, I'd met several people there, and they didn't like they couldn't visit their relatives in West Germany. That was the main complaint that they had. Other than that, so that was it. You just said I want to work there, and they
Yeah, and I worked there for 5 years.
5 years.
3 years at the radio, 2 years back in Britain, and then 2 years at Intertext. the
Did you have
translating
anybody
agency.
debrief you when you came back to Britain from the British intelligence or anything?
No.
Nobody bothered you.
No, I mean, I wasn't working for British intelligence.
No, but
So-
that you lived in East
Yeah, no,
Germany.
they didn't.
They might want to know why.
No, I've never been questioned
You were
about
going to
that.
spy for them, and they didn't think you were spying.
No, I've got my Stasi
Quite
file.
interesting.
My Stasi file,
Yes.
they wondered if I was working for the British,
They did, yes.
but they decided I wasn't, which was the correct
Never
conclusion.
mind, I want to get mine. Thank you very much.
What's your name?
Joe Lauria from
Joe,
Sorting
nice to meet
News.
you. Yeah, there was an American living there that I knew.
There was?
Her name was Lisa.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Salman. Salman, thank you. Under the table.
Okay. Good to talk to you.
Oh,
Good
thank
luck.
you. Thank you, Joe.
I'm friends with George. I'm on his show sometimes.
Great, okay.
We were up in Rochdale.
Yeah,
Just came down.
I think I saw one of your videos. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Consortium News.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.